everyone. In this video, let's learn about ethics. Ethics is a branch of social science. It deals with moral principles and social values. It helps us to classify what is good and what is bad. It tells us to do good things and avoid doing bad things. We have already studied different ethical theories, so you know what is ethics. This ethics, a term ethics is derived from the term ethos, which means character or manners. So ethics is all about character or manners. It helps us to determine what is good and what is bad, and also motivates us to follow the right actions. Therefore ethics is very essential for every individuals. Now business ethics. Business ethics means the conduct of business with a human touch in order to give welfare to the society. In simple, we can say application of ethics in the business is called business ethics. Here, applying the ethics is going to help the society in a very better way, or else we can say it is more like having a human touch in business, which is going to benefit the welfare of the society. Definition of business ethics. According to Andrew Crane, business ethics is the study of business situations, activities, and decisions where issues of right and wrong are addressed. As you know, ethics is all about studying about the rightness and wrongness. Same thing is addressed by Andrew Crane. He said business ethics is all about studying the business situations, activities, or decisions where the rightness and wrongness of the actions are addressed or discussed. Now, let's see the nature of business ethics. Business ethics has these are the following characteristics, features of business ethics. First one is code of conduct. Business ethics is a code of conduct. It tells what to do and what not to do for the welfare of the society. All businessmen must follow this code of conduct. Code of conduct means the rules or regulation which has to be followed by everyone in the economy. Here, this business ethics is also a code of conduct which has to be followed by the business people when they adopt business ethics in their business. So here it is like a rules or regulations. Second one is based on moral and social values. Business ethics is based on moral and social values. It contains moral and social principles for doing business. This includes self control, customer protection, welfare, service to the society, fair treatment to the social groups, not to exploit others, etc. It is more like moral or social value. Adopting this moral or social value is going to benefit everyone concerned to the business. Here, people concerned to the business usually involves the consumers or social groups or creditors or different people. Everyone is going to be benefited by the adoption of ethics in the business. Most of the times people think that using ethics is not going to benefit the businessman in profit making, but it is not true. Here you under business ethics, if the business ethics is followed in business, people will not be allowed to do any malpractices, so that the customers will be benefited and even the society, social groups, everyone will be benefited. Therefore people will start to trust more the business. This is going to help the business to run in the long run. Therefore it is more based on the moral and social values. Next thing is gives protection to the social group. Business ethics give protection to different social groups such as consumers, employees, small businessmen, government, shareholders, creditors, etc. As I already explained, business ethics protects the people who are concerned to the business. I said if the business ethics is followed, then The businessman is not allowed to do some wrong actions, maybe using some doing some malpractices which is not good for the business as well as to the society, people who are concerned to the business. If the company is following business ethics and they will not do anything wrong, therefore it is going to benefit everyone who are concerned to this company or business. So it protects the social groups. It is a one nature of business ethics. Next thing is provides basic framework. Business ethics provide basic framework for doing business. It gives social culture, economic, legal and other limits of business. Business must conduct it within these limit. It is basic framework means the area or the limit within which the business should act, and these limits are provided by the business ethics. It may be based on social culture, economic or legal and other limits of the business. It is prescribed by the ethics. Next thing is voluntary. Business ethics must be voluntary. The businessman must accept business ethics on their own. Business ethics must like self discipline. It must not be enforced by law. There are two concepts, law and ethics. Here law is imposed by the legal authorities and they has to be compulsorily followed by the individuals in the economy, but ethics is not like law. It is not imposed by any authority like legal authorities of the economy, but they are prescribed by the society, but they are not compulsory. It is more like the individuals are supposed to adopt ethics voluntarily. No one is forcing businessmen to adopt ethics. It is more voluntary one. Next one is required education and guidance. Businessmen must be given proper education and guidance before introducing business ethics. The businessman must be motivated to use business ethics. They must be informed about the advantages of using business ethics. Trade associations, Chamber of Commerce must also play an active role in this matter. Here, the businessmen must be given right education about business ethics and they must be motivated to adopt ethics in their business. Most of the time, these business people have the opinion of following ethics will not help them to make profit. That is the reason people follow wrong actions, which is not going to help them in the long run. But following business ethics will give the result in the long run, and it has to be informed to the business people through proper guidance and education. For that, these trade associations and Chamber of Commerce should play a important role. Next is relative term. Business ethics is a relative term. That is, it changes from one business to another. It also changes from one country to another. What is considered as good in one country may be a taboo in another country. For example, shaking hand may be a right action in USA, but it may be wrong in some other part of the globe or different country. In a different country, this shaking hand may not be a right action. There are different rules which is applicable in a particular country may be considered as a wrong thing in some other country. This happens because of the cultural differences in different countries. So this ethics depends upon the country and its culture. Therefore, it is a relative term. New concept. Business ethics is a new concept. It is strictly followed only in developed countries. It is not followed properly in poor and developing country. Ethics is not a new concept, but business ethics is a new concept that is mostly followed in the developed country. That could be the reason they are considered as a developed country, and most of the poor country and developing countries business are not following ethics, this could be the reason for them being poor or developing. If they adopt this ethics, they will also be able to come under the category of developed countries. These are the different natures or features or characteristics of business ethics. Next thing is norms, morals, and ethics. These three terms are almost similar, have a very slight difference. Let's try to understand this. Norms. Norms are the standard of proper or acceptable behavior is called norm. A standard of proper or acceptable behavior. Here the example is, it is norm in the classroom to listen while others are speaking during the class discussion. For example, there is a debate. Let's assume there is a debate taking place in the class. Usually there will be a lecturer. They will inform you to keep quiet and listen to the person who is talking. Therefore, we can say norm is something, a standard which is imposed by the society. More likely, in our example, the lecturer is informing you to maintain silence and listen to the person who is speaking. Similarly, all the norms are imposed by the society to the individuals. Most likely, there will not be any value judgment. No one is going to judge you just because you are not following a norm. If you just simply talk, no one is going to consider you as a bad person or something. Norm is a standard which is imposed by the society. Morals. The principle of right and wrong behavior is considered as morals. And the example here is, it is moral to help someone in need. Most of the times we know the parents tell moral stories to the kids. It is mainly because they want their kids to be morally good. So we can say these morals are either self-developed or imposed by the society. It may be we ourselves learning what is right and wrong, or else the society telling us what is right or wrong. If I don't follow a particular moral, people will judge me. Therefore, moral involves value judgment. Norm does not involve value judgment, but moral involves value judgment. No, norms are imposed by the society, where these morals are either imposed by the society or self developed ones. Next thing is ethics. Rule of behavior based on ideas about what is morally good and bad. Here the example is, stealing is not ethical. Here we can say ethics is both moral and norm. This ethics, usually it is imposed by the society, and it is all about rules of rules based on ideas about what is morally good and bad. More about good and bad actions and doing the good things, almost similar to morals, but usually it is imposed by the society, therefore it is similar to norms. All these three things are similar and it can be used interchangeably. A slight difference is norm is imposed by the society, does not involve value judgment. Moral is either self developed or imposed by the society, involves value judgment. Ethics is a combination of moral and norms. To conclude, we can say ethics are the building blocks of our society, and thus it should be the building block for our corporations. It is a high time the business ethics should be practiced all over the globe in the benefit of the common society. It is not only in the favor of the mass, but also has advantages for the corporates. As we can say, ethics is a basic of the society. It has to become the basic for the business too. Adopting the business ethics is very essential for every corporation nowadays. That is because it is going to be beneficial for the society, but it is not simply beneficial for the society, it is beneficial for the corporation too. Therefore, business ethics is very, very essential. Thank you.